I'm going to show y'all how to make our French dip sandwiches. I'm going to start by pouring 2 cups of water into a pot. Then I'm going to add in a packet of all-use gravy. I'm just going to sprinkle this in there. It may be lumpy at first, but that's okay. I'm going to turn this to medium heat. As the water warms up, that gravy mixture is going to be easier to incorporate. I'm going to stir this till it's nice and smooth. Once it's nice and smooth, I'm going to start slowly adding in my leftover roast. This is the one I made in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, pause this and go and watch that one or watch that one next. It's so easy to make and it's absolutely delicious. Sometimes I also add in onions or mushrooms. Today, I'm just using meat. Now I want to make sure all that meat is covered in gravy. So I'm going to use a spoon and just kind of push the meat down into the gravy. Make sure everything's covered. I'm going to bring all this to a boil. Once this boils, I'm going to put on the lid and I want to simmer this 10 or 15 minutes. While this simmers, I'm going to start prepping the bread for those sandwiches. I'm going to cut these in half. And I'm going to cover these in melted butter. It doesn't have to be melted, but I'm using melted butter. I don't completely soak them, but I make sure they have a good amount of butter on there. I like to put a little bit of garlic salt on top of this. You don't have to, it's just personal preference. But I'm going to go ahead and add some garlic salt. Now I'm going to put all this in the oven on broil till the tops are nice and golden. This is what it looks like when it comes out. I'm going to remove the bottom halves. And I'm going to put some cheese on these top halves. Normally I use Swiss, but I'm out, so I'm using provolone today. These are going to go back in the oven on broil. While these are in the oven, I'm going to start putting meat on the bottom half of that sandwich bread. How much meat you put is totally personal preference. These just came out of the oven, and it's ready to serve. I like to dip the sandwich in the gravy.